Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Floramancer world. I hope you are all doing well. I've had a pretty meh day. I had some nightmares last night. Any of you have had nightmares that hang around the following day? You know, they kind of make you feel kind of icky. They make you feel icky. And on top of that, I had a stomach upset all day long. My stomach has been so cranky with me. I don't think it liked what I had for dinner. So we powered through and I got a tiny bit of work done. I did most of my work here in my Minecraft world though. So yeah, when you're not feeling very good, pick something you enjoy doing and do that. So I put off regular work because, you know, I'm self-employed, so I can make it up myself. But I have done some work around here that I want to show you. I do have chicken being cooked now. Remember, we made that chicken farm so that we can set up the other three gourmarillas. See, we've got steak and potatoes. The other three gourmarillas are going to be chicken and melons. I know melon is not a really high saturation food, but we're going to have a ton of it, and we're not going to need a ton of it. So, figured we'd do those. So I've got plenty of chicken cooking up, and eventually I'll get those other three gourmarillas set up correctly. I also have plans to do automatically corporea sparks, corporea funnels, and redstone torches. I'm using hoppers so that we can not have so many of them before it will say it's full, because I don't need like stacks on stacks of these things. We are going to need to do a 3x3 crafting of regular sparks first. And so that's going to be downstairs. I do have, see, we did the alliums, and the next thing we needed to do was the lavender quartz. That is for the Rune of Pride. And if you recall on yesterday's stream, I said I was going to try to set up the Rune of Pride and the Rune of Lust between streams, and oh boy, did I do it. It took a lot of grinding, and I'm pretty much out of diamonds now. But we got the allium, so now I have lavender quartz crafting here in a 3x3. So it is with quartz surrounding an allium, and I'm just using a hopper, so that's how much it keeps on hand. And I switched out the fishing rods for that as well, but I do have a ton of fishing rods in another chest with a spark on it, so hopefully it pulls those out first. I have a lot of fishing rods. So these two are set up, and I have plans for two more, for the spark, to do the spark, and for the dropper that we'll need for the corporea funnels. That's the plan for these two, but I haven't done them yet. But in here there have been some changes. I did some glass item frames by Quark to put the rune on each altar that it is crafting. And if you step back, here we go, Pride and Lust are right here. We have 8 of the 16 runes now automated. We are halfway done with the runes in this room, which as I did this, I realized I had made the room way too big. And I had 4 extra runic altars out here. So I have shrunk the room back down. And we do need to shape this side as we go. Putting up the walls, getting rid of this, trimming that out, getting in the ceiling. As you can see, I've started to do the ceiling in here. And this is all going to be really dark with a whole bunch of luminizers. I'm probably going to place more luminizers just sporadically throughout the ceiling, just to give it that starry look. Yeah, we have the Rune of Lust and the Rune of Pride set up, and I believe they are done. Yep, 32 and 32. Keep in mind when you are crafting these, it will only give you 1 each, and it uses 2 mana diamonds for each one. So this is a stack of diamonds, and this is a stack of diamonds. So just to make these, plus the ones that are used in the frames and the ones used in the item frames, I think it's on the bottom layer and up here to trigger that crafting. Yeah, that's all in there. So I've got all this set up, and like I said, it's exactly the same as I've been doing. So if you want to know how to do that, go back to my Twitch highlight. If you go look at my videos, there's a Twitch highlight on how to set this up, or you can watch the stream where we did the Earth rune. You can find that on my YouTube channel as well, for if you search for the episode that I made the Earth rune. So yeah. Let's see. Have I done anything else? Yes, I have. I didn't write this stuff down, unfortunately. But, over here in the melon farm, I promised you that I was going to set up a pumpkin farm, and I did that. So since the melon farm and the pumpkin farm were going to look exactly the same, I just put them on top of each other. So there we go. And then I just decked it out with some acacia shingles. I think these are Botania. Nope, earthworks. Shakes. Okay. And a living wood. It looks like that one popped out too far away for the hopper hawk. Not worried. We're just going to keep building up pumpkins. So that's going. Here's where we are for melons, which is why I think we'll be just fine using these. Currently only needing them for summer runes. And I'm not sure there's anything else. Oh, I have... uses. Brewing and the summer rune. That's really it. So yeah, we'll use it for food. Pumpkins we will be using to make fell pumpkins, to make Cocoon of Caprice, to spawn shulkers, to do the shulk me not flower. But yeah, and then we have this for cactus, which is being turned into slime, which is also being used for, pardon me, the summer rune. I've also noticed that I haven't had to do this. I haven't had to use the large mushroom maker because I'm gaining mushrooms in our mushroom tunnels. The last time I looked, there was 4 stacks and 40. So I've gained 40 today. I've gained 4 just today. So I don't know how many earth runes I may have made. So yeah, I do have one problem. This is something I'm going to have to address off between streams. I'm probably going to have to make several more layers. We're running low on wheat. We're not able to keep up on wheat, and I'm going to need wheat in order to make the cellular blocks for the Game of Life, which is the dandelion. However you say that. So I need a lot more wheat than what I'm producing. So yeah. Hey Darkwing, nice to see you. Still, this layer is broken. I'm going to try and fix it again. I'm just going to dig back there and empty all of the dispensers that currently have a bunch of seeds in them. That's why they're currently not working. But the other 2 layers work just fine. They're all planted. So I'm just going to see how far up I can go before I break out of this mountain into the open air and put more layers. Keep going upward and put more layers into this farm. Yeah, and I will do that between streams. It's not something you guys need to watch me do. So yeah, we're overflowing here of carrots. We've got maxed out carrots. I can make this bigger, the drawer bigger, but you know, we're doing fine. We're not using carrots right now. This was just to build up a supply that we're going to need for those cellular blocks. So again, we don't need them right now. And we're doing all right with potatoes. So I wanted to show you that too. We have 538 stacks. So we're doing okay at keeping a decent supply. I am going to need to start doing some of the crafting to get to the colossal potato or the galactic potato. Have not started that simply because I'm having too much fun with all these other things that I don't need the creative items that you can get from making that potato. It'd be nice, but I don't need them. Yeah. The Gormorlis over there, I did slow it down. It was at 20 seconds per food item. I slowed it down to 30 just to kind of keep a better stock of steak on hand. And I think that is all I did. I spent 4 hours in the nether trying to get gas tiers. I got 4. It was just terrible. But we did get 4, so we will be able to make that other incense stick today. If you recall, we are preparing to fight the Gaia Guardian, and we've got 2 incense sticks. I have 1 more I want to make. Okay, and I need to see all the things the Living Wood avatar can hold, but I'm going to want to get some mana over to my arena, and I'm not sure if I want to do that by sending the mana line over there or just make sure that a mana pool stays full. And I'm gonna want to make some of the the Hazy Dream flowers. I believe those are what I'm thinking of. Yes, I'm hoping that the Hazy Dream would work to make the mobs that drop during the second act of the Gaia Guardian fight will make them fight each other. That's what I'm hoping. I need to find out what the size of the area is on how many of these I'm going to need. And since they're functional flowers, I will only need to do them once. This Rune of Wrath is not fun, because it needs the Rune of Winter that we don't have automated yet. Yeah. So that is something we need to work towards, but let's do that incense stick first. Incense. We wanted to do the one that was regen because that's the one that needed the no, it's not regen, is it? It's which one that needed the gas tier? Yeah, it was regeneration. Brew of revitalization. 25 minutes. Why are the rest of these 90? Ooh, this regular regen is 120 minutes. Maybe I want to do just regen 1. That'll give me a lot longer to fight this. You think it's going to take me more than 25 minutes to fight the Gaia Guardian? That's my question. It's possible. It's not an easy fight. What's the difference in cost? Just glowstone or redstone? We'll do this one. So, nether wart. And then we need a regular incense stick. And then we need 2 living wood. Okay. And I am going to reveal to you the arena tonight. I'm going to reveal to you the Gaia Guardian arena that I've been working on. So you can check it out for yourself. This is going to take a lot of mana. I suppose we could walk away. My hopper hawk will pick it up. So let's reveal it. Let's show you. Let's show you. Are you guys ready? Ta-da! Okay, so we have a stairwell. And it leads into a space. This space, I'm going to do something with the walls. I just haven't yet. So they're just the shape I want them, but there's nothing on them. And if we get further up, you can see I've used some shimmer rock, so it changes colors. It's all pinky. I wanted it to go with the pylons. Then this is Mana Glass, and below it is magenta terracotta, so it's kind of a darker color. And then the magenta concrete on top in this pattern. Here's the beacon, where we'll be activating the fight. And so then we've got the pylons right here. And then we have a secret little floor here. And this is under the beacon. This is where we're going to put our incense, underneath here. And possibly the mana pool will be down here as well for the Hazy Dream. And I've already tested this in creative. I switched to creative mode and took a terrasteel ingot, and it activated the fight. So I know that this is a valid arena. That was the one thing I was concerned about, is there's no way to check to see if it's a valid arena without summoning a Gaia. So I did that in creative, and then I, switched to peaceful to get rid of them. So now I know that this is a valid arena. Yeah. So I'm really happy with this design. It just took a lot of poking and messing around, but fight the Gaia, you need somewhere pretty to do it, right? Oh, that's what we've done, and I'm really happy with it. Very pretty. So let's go get that other incense stick. And something else I have done. I have changed the enchantments on my armor. We've got Respiration 3 Affinity and Blast Protection 4, Unbreaking 3 and Protection 4, Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3, and then Feather Falling 2, because that's all I have, Unbreaking 3 and Depth Strider 3. So we have some better armor than we had, so that will make me happy. Let's go get these sat down. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going after Guardian Temples though. So there we go, and I want to put that here so that I have a way of lighting them. Okay, so we're going to have Living with Avatars here eventually. We need the Hazy Dream. I need to find out how big the space is that we're going to need for that. Hazy Dream. I don't think I spelled it right, but it should come up. Yep. It's an EI instead of an IE. And it does not say on this page. So if we just do Botania flowers, we should be able to get the page that I am looking for that has the range. Yep. Okay, so the functional flora, the Hazy Dream, 11 by 11 by 11 is the range. So putting it in the middle is probably a good idea. Okay. So we have that. I am going to fight the Gaia this weekend. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday or if it's going to be Sunday. I thought I heard a witch. But it will be this weekend. I will be fighting Gaia, the first Gaia, this weekend. So yay. It's time to turn you off. Couple of things we're going to do tonight. We're going to work on making the Hazy Dream, and we are going to probably go into my testing world and play with the Rafflesia. I have not done the Rafflesia before, and that is the next generating flower I want to do. We're going to do it right here. This is near our Living Wood farm. I did add a hallway, so it goes around this way. And it actually wraps around and bounces right back up next to our thermal lilies. So there's also a way down that way, and if you go down and around, it actually connects to the Gormaryllis area. So we'll be doing that as well. But right here is where we're going to do the Rafflesia. And the Rafflesia eats man-made flowers. It was first made intentionally to eat day blooms and nightshades, which were the initial passive generating flowers that people made giant fields of instead of actually getting into any of the other better generators. And so Vazki, in a bit of spite, I think, was like, well, now you're not going to be useful, but you can still craft them if you want your other flower to eat them. So yeah, I've never used it. I don't know how its mechanics work. So we're going to explore with that in creative relatively, you know, as soon as we can make the Hazy Dream and get some mana over at the Gaia fight. Like I said, I'll probably just put a mana pool down. I probably will not push mana over there unless I really think I'm going to need that much mana. So the Hazy Dream is going to need a Rune of Wrath. And the Rune of Wrath is going to need 2 mana diamonds, 2 red quartz, which is redstone around quartz. And then it's going to need a Rune of Earth, which we have, and the Rune of Winter, which we might not have. I've been making them a couple at a time every once in a while, because I've been making the Spectralist flower when I'm here on my own. I've just been making them. Doesn't look like it, but it looks like I have some cake, so I can actually make a few now. And we will go ahead and do that. Remind me. Packed ice, 2 snow, or some wool. So we've got 4 cakes. So we need 8 snow. I got 9. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. 4 of you. 4 of you. 4 of you. 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 And wool. Do I have wool down here? And then those 2 runes, earth and water. Do I have any of those here? Yep. Alright. That and that. We're gonna break you. And we'll get you going. Okay, so that's gonna make us 4 winter runes. So let's make some red quartz. We need 2 redstone. Oh, hang on. 2 you. Whoops. Let's do it here then. 2 redstone dust. 2 redstone. Yes, okay. And 16 quartz. Nether quartz. Okay. We'll make a handful so that we have it. Alright. Oh, wait, I'm gonna need some diamonds. 2 mana diamonds. I hope I have some. I do. Oh, you're missing something. You have 1 too many earth runes in there. Just means that their runic altar picked it up. maybe. Did it again. All right. Yeah, that's just kind of interesting how slow it went. Okay. So we're gonna put you here. I will need one. And back to the Wrath rune. Need earth. Alright. Water, or winter, earth, 2 mana diamonds, 2 red quartz. Alright. Great. Got all of it back. Let's take you out. I don't need to hear you ticking all of the time. And great. So let's start this flower. I think that is the most complicated part. Yep, it is. Alright, so let's grab what else we need. We need 2 of these, 1 of these, and then seeds. Alright. Hazy Dream. And floating flower. And then we need a mana pool, and what I'm wondering is... Don't have one, okay. We'll get the living rock. And I've been generating mana, just running around, passively generating mana. So I have almost a quarter of a mana pool's worth of mana in my inventory. Just from running around. So we're gonna use that and bring that over. Alright. So down we go, and I'm gonna put it here. And let that fill up. Okay, and put you on top, perhaps. Okay, we can put you there. That works too. All right. So that's all good. We are... How did I get 2 of these? There we go. We're set to go. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed while we were up there, but my mana battery is empty. I've been crafting a bunch of runes. I've made almost a stack of runes, and they're the, you know, sin type, so they've been using a lot of mana. In order for me to make the piece of Terra Steel I need for Saturday's stream, I'm going to need to get some generating going. So since we made a bunch of winter runes just now, we're gonna make a Spectralus and get that running while we're playing here. So I always forget. We need winter, and air. Winter and air. And I need to not put that away so quickly. And then we need seeds, pixie dust, and then certain flowers. Did I get them all? I'm missing a blue. There we go. Alright, so alright, so let's go up here. And we're gonna place it down. And then activate the wool. There it goes. Off it goes, making mana. Now this thing makes a ton of mana. Yeah, we're already at 32. So the last flower I ran made 7 mana pools worth of mana. The one I ran this morning for an hour. 1 hour gave me 7 mana pools. Ooh, we're really close on that. Very nice. That'll be the next one. You know, we're up to 3 here. That's good to see as well. So, yeah, we need some more mana producers. I don't think I have enough resources in order to get the other Gormarillas running just yet. I'm so low on things, I'm kind of hesitant to spend resources. Building might be something we can do tonight if I don't spend forever figuring out the Rafflesia. But I wanted to show you, I have changed the signs over here. I have signs in places kind of like remind me what I need to do and where we're going with things. So that's kind of why there are signs around. Like I have signs over there with tasks that need to get done. Like, for example, it used to say cow farm and pumpkin farm. So it's just to kind of like remind me things I need to get done. So here I have a list of the runes that we need to make yet. There's 8 runes that we need to make yet. Specifically spring, autumn, and winter are the ones we want to work on next, and then a few more sins. The one starred here is the one we want to work on priority because it'll allow us to then automate the spectralist flower, which is that wool eater that's now running. We'll be able to automate its creation once we have a rune of winter. So in order to make a rune of winter, we still need a snow farm, and it's the snow blocks. We need an ice farm, a packed ice farm, and a cake farm. Once we have a cake farm, all of you who are fans of the Cakeamerus flower, we'd be able to then learn how to automate this flower to then do cakes. I will need to do a rune of gluttony and the rune of spring, which is over here. So, rune of spring, we need to automate grass blocks, that are these blocks, and metamorphic stone. The metamorphic stone is probably going to be not a challenge to make the stone or harvest the stone. The challenge is going to be in making sure we have the right color, you know, because they come in lots of different colors. Each time we need to make the rune. And if we're in this area, I have to find out which one's priority and that sort of thing. I think forest is where what we're in. We're in a forested hill, so we probably get the forest stone the most. Okay, and then the rune of autumn needs a lot of things. The rune of autumn needs autumnal leaves that are from the special autumnal trees. The good news with this is I already have the tree. You can swap it in the alchemy catalyst. The leaves you can dupe. So we're gonna do that. Instead of trying to set up another tree farm and silk touching the leaves, which would be a really big challenge, we're just gonna dupe leaves. So that one won't be a problem. Fermented spider eyes. We have the mushrooms, we have the sugar. It's the spider eyes that we do not have. And there are 3 ways to get spider eyes. A spider farm, in which case I would have to it's person related, that when you kill the spider as a player is when you can get their eye. Witches have a chance of dropping spider eyes, so I would have to find a witch hut and turn it into a witch spawner, which then I would have to AFK at to get any kind of drops. Or dungeon loot. You can get spider eyes in dungeon loot. Desert temples, I think specifically. Yeah, desert temples. Now, this is the key to getting spider eyes for us. We can make a flower called the Lunium right here, which allows us to generate dungeon loot. I don't think I would have a high rate of getting spider eyes, so I'm not sure if this is the route I'm going to be able to go. Even if I had a spawner, in order to get spider eyes, you have to be the person has to kill it. I don't know if it counts for the Living Wood avatar. That's something we might have to look into to see if spiders drop eyes when the Living Wood avatar kills them. I don't know. So that's that one I'm still about. Mycelium blocks, dry grass blocks, these will function the same way as getting grass blocks and metamorphic stone. It will be a dirt placer where you just place dirt and wait, and it'll generate mycelium or dry grass. It'll spread to it, and then we'll break the block. I'm not sure if I'm going to automate it or just do a bulk harvest of it with Silk Touch. I don't know yet, because both of these you can make a pasture seed for from Botania. So you can make dry grass. You could get it from the Orchid Terrum, but we have this problem with the Orchid Terrum that it doesn't stay bound to mana pools and between like dimension changes and when the chunks unload, and between loading and unloading the pack, because we have one of the other orchids, one of the Morchid that does stone right here, and it never stays bound, and it's a known problem that the mod author has just never fixed. See, it says it's not bound to a mana pool, even though I've bound it numerous times. It forgets that it's bound, and then it stops working. So we cannot reliably use the Morchids in this pack. So you have to keep that in mind. But those are our seasonal runes. Those are the farms that we're going to need to either set up automation or make bulk amounts of it. Who knows? I haven't decided yet for all of this stuff. And then for the Sins runes, we've got 5 more of those to do. We need red quartz, smoky quartz, and sunny quartz. I don't think we need anything else. Because we have this one automated that needed the lavender. And this one needs elven quartz, which we already have automated. This is the red quartz, the smoky quartz. Ooh, blaze quartz. I missed that one. Blaze quartz, sunny quartz, mana quartz we have automated. Blaze quartz. So there we go. So much more stuff just to get the runes done. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, it's 7 o'clock. Let's hop over to a test world and play with the Rafflesia, and when we come back, our Spectralis will run for us while we do whatever it is we do when we come back. So let's switch. All right. I'm gonna need to just... I don't know how to completely clear. Okay. All right, so let's do right here. Let's one, yes. We need a mana spreader and a mana pool. Alright, and then the Rafflesia flower. Okay, there's the range. So what I want to know, we're going to be using hydrangeas and endoflames because they're already automated and they only use petals, so they're cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And I'm pretty sure it's not throwing them. Yeah. It's not throwing them. It is placing them. So my question is, if we place them... Yeah, see, my thought is, I know you're not supposed to do them together. There we go. It's like, I think you're supposed to alternate. Will it alternate on its own, or does it follow any kind of pattern? Okay, so we're just going to use one flower right now, just so I can see what happens. Let me click on you so that I can keep the range lit up. And we're just going to start. Alright. It appears that it's going in a certain order. Alright. Now, I'm probably not going to do a giant field like this, but what I'm wondering is if I did path and coarse dirt, because these do not spread. What does the book say? I'll show you what the book says. The book says... generating Rafflesia. The Rafflesia functions in a manner similar to the Kekimuris with any sort of man-made flowers in the petal apothecary. As in, it'll find any nearby place in the world and destroy them, creating mana. However, there are diminishing returns applied to this procedure. For the most effective usage, the same type of flowers should not be destroyed multiple times in a row. That's it. Which is why we're using 2 flowers. But what I thought was, if we did... and we'll do another one here, another one here, and let's get a floaty. Runny floaty. Boop, boop. Oh, no, 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 no! That's right, it's a man-made flower. Oh, can you place flowers or do you dispense flowers? You can place blocks. No, okay. It was worth a thought. Let's see. Let's put it here and here. Okay. And what I did notice, I'm gonna have to do differently. We'll use these dudes because the floaty guy. Oh. That'll get destroyed when I put dirt on top of you. I need two kinds of dirt that don't get destroyed by... oh, you know what? I think the Botania grasses, so like dry, I don't think they get destroyed by putting things on top. And I don't think it will spread to grass blocks. I think it only spreads to dirt blocks. That's the case. And then... okay, so you're configured to coarse dirt, you're configured to dry grass. You don't have a mana pool, so your range is relatively small. This needs to be dry grass. Alright, so we have these two spots here. The challenge I have now is I have to move these out further probably, because I don't want yeah, so we're gonna have to alternate between placing the flowers at the different random carpus. It looks like relatively quickly. Does Eater of Flowers consume sacrifices at a different Y level? That is a good question. Let's see. Yes. 11 by 11 by 11 is its range. It produces 2,100 mana per flower as long as you don't repeat the same flower each time it gets eaten. Okay. So, what I'm going to need is 2 random carpus to place the flowers. We're going to need 2 types of dirt that don't break, so that the random carpus can sit on top of them and it doesn't spread. And then, how far is your range? Let's unbind you. And just do a patch of whatever blocks and make it checkerboard. If I do it set up like a Gormorillus, the problem I have is that I can't guarantee which random carpus is gonna pick it up. Which flower. I'd have to put them up separated which I guess is fine. Without a mana pool, look at the range of this guy. And then if you count the range of this one, so we can go anywhere inside from here. So this is that as far as, yep. So anything in this space. Use one Renin Carpus and alternate dropping Exoflame and Hydrangea. I can see what you're meaning there, but the problem is, and I'll give you the problem is that this Rafflesia eats them in rows, okay? And the Renin Carpus doesn't place things with any rhyme or reason. It just places them in whatever available spots it sees at the time. And so there's a potential for it to just go Hydrangea, End of Flame, Hydrangea, End of Flame, Hydrangea, End of Flame. And then we'd end up sometimes this flower eating two of the same flower in a row. Whereas if I did a checkerboard pattern, like that, two different Renin Carpus, okay, that are paired to whatever these are, it would guarantee me that they are placed alternately. I just don't, again, I don't want to make them this, I don't think I want this big of a playing field. I'm just trying to figure out, yeah. But I think you can see what I'm saying now, though. So if we did weighted pressure plate here and here. Let me see if I can remember how these are set up. No. Great. You can see that this is too large of a field for how quickly it's flying through. But if we reduce the field to there we go, 2 blocks. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And we do hydro changes. Let's get more endoflames. Hey. Don't place them there. Clearly the dry grass is spreading. Oh, see, but it's eating them in the same... It's not eating them staggered. So, I'm gonna have to stagger what's being dropped when. You know what might work for this, and this is something that I don't know how to make. I know it exists, and I've never made one. An etho hopper clock. An etho hopper clock would be able to send redstone here, and then here, and then here, and then here, in enough time for the Rafflesia to place and get eaten, so that it would hopefully guarantee that the flower, the right one, would get eaten. What do we think? I have no clue how to make a hopper timer. I only know that there's this with stuff inside of it, and there's pistons, sticky pistons moving a redstone block back and forth. So I'm gonna have to like learn how to do an etho hopper clock. What do you think? Because that would send a redstone signal this way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way. My. Go back to just 2 spots.
I'll tell you the truth.
An hourglass with a big delay between the 2 drops. Well, that would not make it very efficient if a Rafflesia can eat really quickly, but I do have to consider that I have only got 16 flowers made at a time, and they only made 2 every sorry, it makes 1 every 20 seconds. So, so that I don't use up all of the ones that I have in storage, I need to place them slower than 1 every 30 seconds. So that may be what I need to do also. So that would be a setup very similar to my Gormarillus. That would really be the easiest, wouldn't it? See, Darkwing? So, one flower, other flower, Ranuncarpus, outside of the range of the Rafflesia, but placing inside the range of the Rafflesia. Maybe make it like every 20 seconds. I think so. Yep. So Darkwing was right at the beginning. We'll do something like this with the 2 flowers in it and have it just place 1 flower at a time. We'll have it go at a steady pace, but probably kind of slow. It should still be okay. Okay, Rafflesia, great. Get to learn, we learned all about that. I like the butterflies. Supposedly you can catch these, I just don't know. Whoop. I don't know if you need the bug net to catch it and then to put it, somehow put it in the well, I can hit it. Let's try the bug net. Hitting it's probably not what I want to do. Catch you. I catch you. How do I catch you? How do I catch you? Oh, I can enchant it with Unbreaking. How do you think I catch these guys? I know this is completely sidetracked. But I don't think hitting it is the way to go. Yeah, because that just kills them. Can you place these? No. So you can't even, like, place them in the world. Okay, I give up. I give up on you. Alright, let's go back.